we're back. Thanks for being patient with me. This is part 2. We're going live again. We have a plumber coming to fix the sprinkling system today. So he was knocking on the door. I had to run. But we're back. We're back in action. Popping on highlight. Getting ready for a very busy day. But we are back into it. All right. I think I'm going to do brows. Maybe I'll do a little powder contour and then we'll do some brows. Let's see. Looking for my go-to fave bronzer, which I do not see. Hello. All right, missing. I'm gonna have to do second favorite bronzer. Don't know what that one is. That's my Nabla Cosmetics one. If you guys have been watching my live, you will know how much I love that Nabla bronzer. But Hourglass for now. Welcome back. If you're just joining, thanks for waiting. Emergency plumber issue. We have a plumber fixing the plumbing that connects our sprinkler system at our house here in LA. So plumber was ringing the doorbell like crazy. I should have just taken you guys with me and been like, plumber, meet the internet. Anyways, here we go. I'm just carving out my little nose now, creating a little space for it. Thanks for waiting, you guys. We're back. We're ready to jump in. I'm just doing a little bronze contouring on my nose now, giving it a bit more shape, dimension. I'm going to take like a bit of an angled brush. This is one of my faves. I think this is an old Morphe brush, but I'm just going to dip into that and finish my contour. We love a good bronzy contour moment. This is like adding, it's a cool enough tone. This is the Nude Bronze Light from Hourglass. I've had this freaking forever. But it's cool enough that it can kind of act as a contour. So I go over my contour and then dust the rest up the side of my head. Same thing here on the other side. And I kind of just diffuse it up the side of my head. I'll take whatever's left and just go underneath the chin. Kind of give some structure there. Thanks for waiting. If you're just joining back again, thanks for waiting. I was just saying I had, there's a plumber outside. So I was letting the plumber access the sprinklers. That's what's happening. A whole thing. The sprinkler was overflowing this morning and we were like, what's happening? So had to let the plumber in, but we're back. Part 2. I'm bronzing my little head now. So I'm taking Nude Bronze Light from Hourglass. This is one of my fave bronzers. So freaking good and lasts forever. I've had this for at least over a year now. But I'm just kind of taking that on a big, random, fluffy brush and kind of working it into the head. I like to do these little circles. And I'll take whatever's left just down the side of my neck to match. I have a little self-tan on now, so I'm just bringing it down my neck to match. This is just such a good bronzer. Okay, once that's on, we're going to do a touch of that powder, powder blush. Where's my good brush? We're going to take this little angled brush, and I'm going to dip into this House Labs blush. This is my first time using this. Yes, and I have alopecia. If you're just joining, if you're just finding this, alopecia is why I'm bald. There you go. So I'm taking a little tap. That was like 2 tiny taps in. So freaking pigmented. So I'm just using the smallest amount that I possibly can. I'm even going to tap off the excess on the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to start tapping this into my cheeks. I want it to be really subtle. I don't want it to be like too pigmented because these definitely are pigmented. So I'm going really soft. This is the shade Fire Moon. This is stunning. Like not completely matte, but not shiny shimmery. It's just so good. Love. There's luminosity, but she's not like, she's not too shiny. Love, 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 love. Big fan. already. Okay. Highly recommend this right off the bat. This is kind of like a shade that is a little bit more bronzy than I normally would choose, but I like it a lot. I'm really liking this shade. It's almost as if like a little bit peachy bronzer mixed together. So that makes it not look so different from the bronze colors I have going on. It's just so pretty. Freaking love this. Fire Moon. There you go. Love. I just want to keep adding more. Don't need to do that. I'm going to stop. Let's bake. Let's do some baking, my friends. I'm going to take my little sponge. This just has a little bit of dampness to it. It's not wet by any means, but it's a little bit damp. I'm going to take my powder. This is Cherry Blossom. And I'm going to go down the sides of my nose. I like to do this every single day. You do not need to do this every single day by any means, like at all. This is just an extra step that I like to do to help kind of like define my features. I like to make my nose look snatched every once in a while, so that's why I'm doing this. Not because you need to bake every single day, but for me in the glam makeup that I'm doing today for different tutorials, this is what I'm doing. So picking up a little bit of that product, and then I just like to kind of carve out this cheekbone area. It just makes more of a contrast between the light and the shading here. So big fan of doing this technique. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of powder on my sponge and kind of add to that same line so it's nice and bright. And we're gonna let this sit while I do my eyebrows, which I will do on camera with you. And then I'm literally gonna wipe them off and do a whole tutorial for TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Because I get this question a lot. I do my eyebrows every single day like this, and they last all day. You can see if I turn to the side, there's no hair. They just don't grow. Ever since I lost my hair back in 2006 was the first year that I lost my hair, and it has come and gone since, but my eyebrows keep falling out. They'll grow in, they'll fall out. They have a mind of their own, okay? I just let them do their thing. But I'm gonna take my Urban Decay Brow Blade today. I'm using the shade Cool Cookies. This is a really kind of neutral brown. This is the tone we're working with. But this is a waterproof eyebrow pencil. So I like this for the base. I also really love the Benefit Goof Proof eyebrow pencil. That's a great one too. But totally up to you, whichever one you like more. You guys, I just wing it when it comes to drawing them on. I just wing it, okay? Everyone does this different. There's a whole method you can do to kind of measure out and get the perfect golden ratio shape of eyebrows. I just wing it because I do this every single day. So today we're winging it. I like to start in the front of the brow and then draw a line like 45 degrees up and then connect it down. And that's how I get my start. Same thing on this side. We're going up. And I used to have an eyebrow piercing actually, so I have two little marks there, and that always marks my spot to go down. You can play with these lines and make them thicker or thinner. If you like a good 90s thin brow, you can leave them just like this. I like to go a little bit under the lines that I created and then a little bit over, and kind of just use a really light hand to draw on the shape. This is what helps me kind of get a little bit more dimension, a little thickness. I don't need a lot, but just a little bit. Boom. Now we have a shape. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, right? So I'm gonna draw a little bit over, a little bit under until I get the kind of desired shape. And I look back and forth. I'm like, oh, this one needs a little bit more fullness in the front. This one needs a little bit more in the tail. So I kind of go back and forth and just kind of see where I need to fill in to make them even. So I'm constantly like looking back and forth between the brows. And this is just the shape I like to do. Some people like a really high lifted brow. Some people like a straight brow. Like brows are totally personal preference. So it's whatever works for you. Cool. That'll do for now. Then I like to take a powder brush. I'm just gonna tap over that pencil. This is just gonna set it in place. Even though this is a waxy pencil and it's not gonna wipe off very easily, I like to just like pick up a little extra powder from my bake if I need it, and I'm just gonna set those brows to start. Then the fun part, this is the other side of that pencil. The Urban Decay Brow Blade is a little pen. So this is an ink stain, and it works really, really well to draw on little hair-like strokes. So I like to go in and draw on these hair-like strokes just to get a little bit more dimension. They're not, it's not like perfect, but this is a really good way to just do a quick brow. If you're just starting out, this is a really good product. This is one that I'm, anytime I put on workshops, I donate these to kids that have lost their hair because it's a really good product to use when you're just starting to do makeup. Okay, so now we have a little bit more going on, a little fluff. We're not gonna stop there. No. We're gonna take the Super Brow from KVD, not the little eyelash sticking on. Oh my God. This is the struggle of being a makeup artist. Freaking lashes on everything. Just pretend you didn't see that, okay? You did not see that. I'm gonna wipe this off. I need a little, here's a little towel, and I'm just gonna clean this brush off. So I really like the Anastasia 7B brush. This is like my favorite brush of all time to do my eyebrows. This is what I use every single freaking day for years, and I've been loving this soft, no, it's not soft, Super Brow dark brown pomade from KVD. I like the Benefit one too. There's honestly not much difference. I found that this one lasts a little bit longer. That's it. That's literally the only difference between this and the Benefit one, but it's like the same tone. It's kind of a dark neutral brown, but I'm going to use a really small amount of product, you'll see. So here's the brow as it is. I have a couple little hair strokes from that brow blade, but that's it. It's not very detailed. This is where we're going to get all of our detail. So you can see I'm going to just start in the front, and I'm going to draw on tiny little hair-like strokes, right? To kind of mimic natural hair growing. So this is going to give us way more structure, way more realistic brows. And I'm just going into any sparse areas and I'm filling in the details. So same thing, we're going back to the front. Just a little bit more detail. And then under the brow, I like to give it more structure by creating a little line there. Yeah, a lot of you guys with alopecia too. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the makeup club for baldies. This is what I live for. I love meeting you guys on here and just connecting. So many wonderful, beautiful people with alopecia. When I lost my hair, you guys, I had nobody. I was on an island, like literally thought I was the only person in the world who was going through that. So that's kind of why I wanted to create this channel and start posting more, because if you see other people going through what you're going through, it helps you remember that you're not alone. So that is the whole reason that I make these videos. And then I became, years down the road, I became a professional makeup artist. Now I get to share my tips and tricks with you guys. It's the best. It is the best. So welcome to anyone that has alopecia and that is new to my channel. This is what we do here. We do fun tutorials and we spread more awareness about alopecia. Okay, so you can see I'm just doing all these little back and forth things, right? I'm creating some fluff in the front. This is going to create more of a realistic eyebrow, and then I like to create a bit of a sharper angle near the tail of the brow so that it looks more defined. So that's the difference. If I just use Urban Decay Brow Blade, there we go. Here, I'm adding on little flicks of hair. Hello from the 406, what? Montana, I love that. 406 is Montana's only area code, if nobody knows. Now you know. And that's where I grew up. I'm from Montana. Love seeing the 406 represent. Okay, I'm going in with a few more little flicks These are the hardest ones in the front because you don't want them to be too dramatic, right? You don't want them to be too pronounced. So I'm just adding really, really light pressure so that it's not too much. And this is like the perfect brown tone. I'm actually gonna clean this off really quick and just grab a little bit more product. Tell me why I'm out of breath. Why am I out of breath? I'm sitting here. I'm focusing. I'm talking and I'm focusing. That's why I'm out of breath. Coffee break. Needed that. Okay. Fresh pomade. Grabbing a little bit more. Adding on a couple of little hair-like strokes here. And just in any shape that you want. Like I was saying earlier, if you like to have more structure, if you like them to be more, you know, lifted, like drag queen style, you could just continue this out rather than coming back down. It's just totally, completely up to you. Okay, same thing here. I'm just defining these shapes. Now we're gonna go underneath. See how there's no line underneath here? I'm gonna create a little line. And this is gonna fill in the front of the brow, make them a little bit more full. There we go. So hard to talk and do that at the same time. I'm gonna do the same thing on the top. Just kind of connecting everything together. So I'm like slowly building this brow as we go, right? It's getting a little messy in here. I'm gonna use my spoolie as an eraser just to lift some of that product up and then go back in and redefine some of these strokes. Gorge. And voila. I could be super particular and do brows like this for hours, honestly. I would just get them perfectly symmetrical, but that is not life. So I definitely need to like cut myself off. Next thing I'm gonna do is just grab a little bit of black. This is the same pomade, but in black. You can see it's very similar, but a little bit darker. So I have a little bit of product still on there, and I'm gonna use that to create really like random little hair strokes with a bit more dimension. So I'm just gonna do a few of them, not as many, but this is just gonna help like define the shape of the brow a little bit more. Cool. See how that added just like a little bit of structure, like so small. Really, really subtle. All right, same thing here. I'm gonna do a couple of hair-like strokes just to add more dimension. When you have different colors interacting together, like the light brown and the dark brown, it really, really helps to kind of like make it look like it's a texture, like a real texture. So for those of us that don't have eyebrow hair, whether you're, you know, going through chemo, you have alopecia, you have trichotillomania, where you pull them out, that is all totally different circumstances, but we all, you know, have lost our brows for one reason or another. This is really, really helpful to draw on these little hair-like strokes. Plus, it is just so much fun. I freaking love drawing on my eyebrows. I would never get them tattooed because I like the process of having to draw them on. So same thing here. Just gonna give myself some dimension. Okay, that's it. I'm stopping myself. Otherwise, like I said, I could do this all day long. So I'm gonna clean off my little brush. I do this every day. Then clean off my hand, and then the concealer trick comes out. This is a magical makeup trick that I learned years and years ago, but it makes the world of difference. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. This is in the shade Vanilla. Yeah, two Vanilla. I'm gonna take a tiny little lip brush. This is for like lipstick. And I'm going to work it into the brush and run this right underneath my eyebrow. This is going to create like a highlight, really soft, subtle highlight right underneath the brow. It's going to clean up any mistakes. It's like a secret eraser. And it's going to create it's going to draw the eye to the eyebrow. Isn't that like amazing? It's just so, so, so helpful. Adding a little bit of concealer underneath the brow, I swear. This also keeps the brows on longer so that they won't smudge. It's just the best trick. Same thing, whatever's left on that brush, I'm gonna go straight over the eyebrow and pull it down. I'm gonna wipe basically all of it off, and then I'm just gonna kind of blend that away so that there's no harsh lines or anything like that. And it's just really subtle. Voila, we have a brow. Yes, Mrs. Clean, I will take that all day long. You can call me Mrs. Clean, I'm here for it. Fully embrace it. All right, underneath the brow, same thing here. So, so, so helpful for any like uneven lines. I just freaking love that. This concealer too, I feel like is the best. Like you could use a regular liquid concealer. It doesn't work as well. This one is like matte, so it holds on to this all day. And your eyes, like this area of your face sometimes gets a little bit oily, or, you know, sun is beating down on it all day and this does not freaking budge. So I swear by this stuff. Sometimes you kind of take off too much too. I think I took a little bit off, a little too much off, so I can go back with my pencil and smooth that out later. But this is truly like it's a process, right? There we go. Brows are on. I'm feeling so good about them. It's really hard to do them on camera, if I'm being honest, because normally I just am like face down in the mirror and I am in my zone. But filming is so much harder because I'm farther away from my mirror. But I did my best. That's what we got to work with. Brows, everybody. Okay, powder brush. I'm going to take my powder brush and I'm going to dust away that bake. See the line, line between my contour and the rest of my cheek? That's what baking creates. Nice little like dimension. Same thing here. I'm going to just roll this underneath my eye. And I'm going to take whatever powder is left and I'm going to use that to set my brows. This is like my daily little hack. Any powder left over, just lightly setting the brows so that they don't have that like shiny look. It can be mattifying and they're going to last like twice as long. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, people. Hi, friends. Some weird people in here today. It's okay. Here we are. This is the internet. All right, I'm going to finish this makeup off camera. I'm going to add my little freckles with you guys, but then after that, I'm going to finish it off camera because I'm going to film some tutorials for TikTok and for shorts, but I am going to use my little freck pen and I'm just going to dot on my little freckles. This is my favorite part. I freaking live for freckles. I feel like it just makes the skin look more like skin and it kind of contours the nose a little bit. It's just, I don't know. They're the cutest thing ever. I will never not be doing freckles. You know I'm too old and I'm not doing makeup the way I used to when I stopped doing freckles, right? If you're watching me years down the road and I stopped doing freckles, you better remind me how much I love them. Okay, that's it. You can take your finger or you can take your sponge. I'll just use, actually I'm gonna use my finger today because this has powder all over it. And I'm just tapping these into the skin, kind of just distributing them naturally where the sun would naturally hit. How cute. I freaking love these. Freckles are the cutest. I also have a little freckle pen. This one is from ColourPop in the shade Soft Brown, but I don't like these as much as Freck, but sometimes for really strategic little ones, I'll tap on a couple with this just for some different color. Okay, cute. We're done. I always get carried away. Every single day I get carried away. I'm like, I'll just do a few and then I have way too many. Okay, that's it. That's it, guys. I'm going to do some setting spray, and then I'm going to go off camera and record a cool makeup look that is colorful and fun. Last little thing from my haul, this was all new makeup that I used, mostly. Last little thing from my haul is this One Size setting spray. So good. This is like a cheaper version. I would say a more affordable, cheaper version of my Kryolan setting spray. This is like my professional grade lock in your makeup setting spray. Screenshot this right now if you want the best setting spray in the world. It's so good. So I'm going to use this. This is a good little travel size. We have a birthday. Happy birthday, Addie. Oh, happy birthday. I'm going to do a little bit of this, just a tiny little spray. That's it. Not too much, but just a little bit to hold everything in. And then that's it, you guys. This is my base routine today. I might even add a little bit more blush because I'm freaking loving this. But I'm going to let you guys go so that I can finish the rest of my makeup off camera and record a few more short form videos. Thanks for joining me. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.